everybody, and welcome to We Are 863. My name is Samantha.
My name is Woods.
And my name is Bailey.
It's the quiet kids back there. Only loud people up front.
You guys are good leaders.
Only loud people
followers.
get the chair. We just speak with the confidence of leaders.
That's true.
And
You got it, Sam.
okay, thanks. Matthias is not with us today, but don't worry, he's still with us, as in the sense that he's alive. He's just busy. So it's just gonna be Bailey, Woods, and myself today. Welcome to We Are 863. This is a little after show for Project 863. You likely saw the new Project 863 video today, which was a big one. One that I'm sure a lot of us have mixed feelings about, and we've had a little bit more time to sit with our thoughts and feelings about the truth that we learned in this episode. So without further ado, let's see our lives change.
Yay!
Yay! Oh yeah, we never saw this. We haven't seen this because obviously we weren't here.
Silent street. Okay, that's totally fine. That's good. All right.
I can't imagine what was
Oh my
going
gosh,
through
this
Matt's
is
head.
scary. Whoa.
This is he must have been terrified.
They didn't take my camera. I don't know why they didn't take my camera. I don't know where I am right now. Hold on. I'm gonna try and bring you up to speed here. Hello? Alone. I appear to be alone in a quarantined zone. I don't know. They said they were gonna perform some tests on me. We locked Benjamin inside the back of the U-Haul. And then we took him to the police station. But things went sideways when they saw the dispersion bomb. I don't know where Sam and Woods and Bailey are. Quinn didn't even go with.
We're here.
Hi.
We're good. Like Matt said, when we got to the police station and then they saw the radioactive serum thing in the back, they obviously had a lot of questions, and
Right.
we all got, I feel like, base level tests done of just radiation, making sure we're okay, but
We didn't go to a tent like
No.
this. They just brought us to...
just a regular room.
Yeah.
It was nothing this scary and this sketchy. So it's crazy to see Matt going through all of this when we weren't in this quarantine tent.
Yeah, no, this is Walking Dead stuff.
This is
This
scary.
is sketchy.
I think what happened was they did some initial screenings and Sam, Bailey, Woods were cleared, but I was not. I can hear. I didn't even realize. Holy cow. I can hear. I can literally hear. My hearing is back. I was hit with a massive dose of radiation because of that bomb. I don't know how much, and I don't know how long I have, but I do know it was a lot. And probably too much to survive through.
He's a ghost.
This is Matthias from the afterlife. This is heaven.
Oh, that scared
Oh.
me. It looked like he was part of the tent.
I know.
Whoa, that thing's crazy.
Just looking at his hands, what?
Could they be more humane about this? They're
You would
acting
think
like he's
so.
an experiment.
No.
Ah!
The vaccine.
Oh, I don't want to watch this.
That's not happening, bro. That's not.
Oh.
What was that?
That just got shot up, dude.
Well,
The vax
yeah,
the fool, dude.
We obviously heard about stuff that happened, but watching that happen was just so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
They either drew blood from him or they injected something in
It looked like they injected
It looked like
something.
they injected something.
Well, hopefully we'll find out what that was.
Oh man, scary stuff. Okay.
It's been a couple hours since I left. I'm back at the studio, by the way, now. Evidently Sam and Woods and Bailey are in the studio right now, but I lost it there for a bit. I was not in the mood to record or
Yeah.
film. They injected me with, they didn't even tell me what it was. They took my blood, they took samples, and they said vitals are normal.
Hello.
Hey.
What's good?
What happened?
What happened? They sent me results.
They did?
Yeah, hold on. They literally put me through this maze of just white, clean rooms, and then literally performed tests on me. Maybe they didn't notice that I had a camera, so I put it to the side and I was actually recording the whole thing. It was really weird. It was just really...
Why did they let him record at all?
They're working with Deb.
Oh my god. They are a part of Project 863. I don't know, because he still had his lav on too.
That's all he had on him.
Well, and we did explain to them that like this wasn't our serum bomb, and we very quickly tried to recap a lot of what we're going through with them, and so you know they know that we were YouTubers and have been filming all of this, so maybe they just believed us enough to let him keep his camera on him and everything.
Well, the police didn't really get a chance to question him, and if they had, they would have taken his camera because we have all the evidence on the camera.
Yeah,
And,
True.
like,
it went straight into like the lab stuff.
If we look back at the documents that we found in the desk, Wes's desk, what did it do to the rats?
Tanner was just zoned out. Like, I mean, I think he was just in his own head trying to think of an answer to all these questions. But it is funny to just pan past him and have him.
Like,
just
you could
Tanner's
tell he was like
default
really
face.
thinking about
Yeah.
something.
Do I not need the antidote anymore?
But was that like
How-
a permanent solution for the rats?
I don't know. I feel totally fine.
But didn't it say it like healed them?
Can we get that document?
Wait, can we look at?
Do we know where that is?
It's in the vault,
Is
probably?
it in the database?
Oh, it's in the database. Yeah.
Hey guys, if you're a premium member on Spellbound Plus, then you get access to a database full of pictures, all of the documents, everything in a nice, lovely, tidy database that Chanel puts together for us.
Thanks, Chanel.
Thanks, Chanel, and thank you for becoming a premium subscriber.
Project Pegasus consists of a dual reaction between two serums, blah, 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 blah. The radiation dose is blah, 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 blah.
did you just say blah 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 blah?
Yeah, it's just because sometimes, like, I knew I just needed
Blah,
to get
blah,
to
blah, blah.
I needed to get to the information, and it was one of those things where it's like all those science words that I don't understand aren't gonna be helpful. You know, there's also a lot of pressure when you're reading vital information like out loud to the group.
I literally got my hearing back.
Did this actually...
This is awesome.
This is awesome. It feels a little too good to be true, doesn't it?
It really did. The fact that we found evidence that backs up the fact that this whole experience with B27 serum bomb like actually cured Matthias feels like, wait, really?
I know, it feels like we should have done something. Like, it feels like there should have been some kind of, like the antidote. Like, you know, we did all that work to solve the murder and then didn't get anything back. And I feel like that would have felt like a better payoff than just this. Like, we didn't do anything for this.
We didn't necessarily like save Matt. It just kind of happened, which is still great, but
Just feels wrong.
yeah, somehow.
Feels wrong.
How did this coming together make you feel, Woods?
Oh, I just don't think it's over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you made a comment in this video saying like, well, should we still look for the antidote? Like,
Which we definitely should.
All the answers are there, you know. It seems fine. It just doesn't feel fine.
it just doesn't feel right.
I have a lot of relief from like pain I didn't even realize I was having.
I don't know, it just feels wrong because we didn't do anything to fix it. You know, like it just happened.
Having the conversation
Wow.
we just.
I want to confront Deb about all this.
Yeah.
Are we up for that?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
One last
Tanner's
time?
just checked out.
Was Tanner just asleep?
Tanner has like 4 hours of like solid awake Tanner time.
You guys ready for this?
Oh man, I'm like getting nervous watching this video just about our conversation with Deb.
This was intense.
Can we still wear these rings? I don't.
I'll throw it into the ocean. We had already kind of broken up with Deb at this point.
Well, I mean, like on our side of
Yeah,
things,
we were
had.
emotionally-
We were unattached. Going into this conversation, I still wanted something good to come out of this conversation, but as you all know, because you just watched this video, nothing really good came out of this conversation.
I didn't feel like it was a respectful conversation.
You know, she's usually emotionless, but this felt like she was totally checked out too. Like, she just did not care.
Well, it's interesting because I feel like in this conversation, she's checked out, but also more involved than she's ever been.
Yeah, I mean, it also does make you question, though, like, was she only this involved because she was trying to save her butt, you know?
Let's watch.
He's clearly in a lot of pain. Still, even emotionally, he's still hurt by her.
As expected, I'm sure he has been for a long time.
That's all you're gonna say about that?
Yeah, she's...
And what
She's being mean.
Does she like not care at all? This was when I was surprised at like her lack of sympathy, because I feel like when we first saw a lot of the initial lab and test reports that we saw were signed by D, it seemed like that in combination with a lot of Apple II chats made her sound pretty empathetic to like not wanting to do tests on humans or even animals and all this stuff. So I was just shocked to hear her say like, and she's like, okay, yeah, one of my coworkers and someone who was in love with me like has been tortured for years. Like, okay.
It could be a combination of things. Either she feels like the act is up finally and she doesn't feel the need to look like the good guy in our eyes because we already don't view her that way anymore, or we were looking at her through rose-colored glasses this whole time and she actually has been this way, but we assumed that she was a good person.
Even now,
True.
he's trying to keep you safe.
I mean, at the very least, they knew each other. Like, why wouldn't that affect her at all?
Explain.
She doesn't know.
She doesn't know what he's been doing to try and protect her.
We met with Ben and we had a little chat.
This is where it gets real.
What was that?
She's shifting.
Yeah. Did you see her body language?
It was the rest of the murder tape. And it shows
She's moving a
Fancy,
lot.
dude.
It's like,
Yeah, she knows.
oh man.
Here we
Just a
go.
bunch
Proves-
of YouTubers.
Look at all of us
You
get ready. We're like,
murdered Wes.
there it
It's
is.
gonna come and murder us now.
Nothing.
Hello.
Nothing. What do you have to say for yourself? Huh?
This is scaring me.
Yeah, I was right.
I must have that sometime. I must have been hard for him.
Why did you kill Wes? Why did you lie to us again?
For the greater good.
And say you didn't know where he was or what happened to him.
I'm really curious to see what she says.
Never met Wes.
Ah!
I'm sure you've had revenge to myself and how others have spoken about him. And yet, you're still expressing grief as if you knew him.
Something that's very concerning about this looking back is why would she react that way if it was an accident? The way that she just reacted was like, you didn't know him. He wasn't a good guy. But then she's like, oh, it was an accident. Like, it was a blank.
I don't know. To me, that just sounds like a lot of pent up, unprocessed grief that like she's been holding in as a secret.
I mean, it did seem like when that came up, like, that's when she should have said it was an accident. It's possible that she was like maybe feeling guilty that it seemed like we cared more than she did.
Oh, interesting.
The past cannot be rewritten no matter how hard we try. No matter how hard we want.
Why is she being so vague?
Yeah, like all of a sudden being super metaphorical.
If she confesses, she's in danger of what? Being convicted.
Where even is she?
I have no
Who's gonna
idea.
find her?
I have no idea.
Yeah, exactly.
In cyberspace.
Yeah, she's in the internet.
So why is the tape in there? To haunt her? Maybe.
So she can hide
You
it?
knew this entire time.
That's a really interesting point that I didn't really pick up on when this was all happening that Matt brought up is like this tape, like the murder tape was originally in Syntec location 3. Like that's where we found it. If that trap was originally for Deb, like why would that evidence be in there like for her? Like Matt said like, you know, to haunt her,
Yeah.
like to
Possibly.
play mind games.
To remind her that it's out there and
Yeah.
that she isn't totally off the hook.
It's fun to react to this stuff, but it's also like living it again. My life is a lie.
All I have is the truth. Very much because that matters to you once you've already written the story.
It doesn't. Like, the word truth actually means nothing from her anymore. We're just being gaslit by a murderer.
Try me.
I'm sorry.
The most brutal way to put it, but you're so right.
But, like, that just audio bite, like, doesn't that sum up our situation? Like, we're just being gaslit by a murderer.
For a year.
For a year. Like, if not longer.
Yeah, and I mean, I said this, I think, in a previous video, but it's all about perspective. And, like, if Cyphus had been the one to contact us, paint himself in a positive light, we could have been on the other
Phantoms.
side of this. Yeah, and so it's like the moral compass in all of this is kind of skewed because we don't even know who is in the right. So what's Deb working on? We don't even know why we were collecting the serums the whole time. She said it was to hide it from the bad people, but
Yeah.
what if we were actually collecting them for the bad people? Like,
That's
we have no
true.
idea.
Wes was going to detonate the antidote bomb inside of Syntec and free the subject suffering from the effects of the serum.
So, why? Okay.
Bailey's like, oh.
That's a disappointed
wait,
look.
okay.
I thought Wes was the bad guy.
I mean, it's hard though because it's like, do we believe her? Like, do we believe that Wes's true intentions were for an antidote bomb?
I mean, she did have a lot of time to come up with this, like, explanation for why she would have shot Wes, right? Like, I'm sure she spent all these years kind of convincing herself that this is actually what happened. It's possible that she's a compulsive liar and she convinced herself.
But she set up key points through this whole thing before we were even born. Like, that's a lot of planning.
When Nelson found out about Wes's plan, he got rid of me. He told me that my only option was to submit to him and kill Wesley.
That's such a gross word.
Submit to me.
And I'm also just like, what power does Nelson have over Deb? Like, other than in the company, like being the CEO and everything, like, is it like Deb's involvement in the project? She had to do this? Like, what?
Seems like there's something else going on there, some kind of other relationship.
Still, I mean, I don't care about it anymore, or I'm trying to not, but it's just kind of like there's still something else.
So you just killed someone you loved.
In fear of your own, like, I'm sorry. That's
And like now it's just
selfish.
Nelson's fault? Like, we have so many questions.
So I switched to the woods and pursued Wes. My plan was to fake his death and help him hide from Nelson's reach. To my terror, Blank's accurate range had enough force to kill.
You said that was true, right?
Yeah, it's happened. It just shoots out a pocket of air. If it's close enough, it can just go right through you.
That's so scary.
I wonder if Wes knew that they were planning it. You think Deb went to Wes and was like, hey, Nelson wants to kill you.
Yes.
I'm going to replace the bullets with
Oh,
blanks."
I feel like definitely she went to him and was like, I've been threatened, this is the plan. Because she says like we were gonna run away together and start our lives away from Syntec. I would assume that he knew and that it was gonna be a like Romeo Juliet plan of like, we'll fake my death and then, I don't know, maybe get one witness to see the body and then we'll run
Did
away.
it in front of the camera.
Yeah, I think that's why they did it in front of security cameras.
Maybe
Yeah.
Wes is still alive.
What?
And this is just a double
No,
fake.
no.
Prove it.
Positive.
I'm completely saying no to that.
Where was his body?
We went to his grave.
We didn't see a body.
But B27 got the Absolute necklace off of his body.
Where's Deb?
We don't know where Deb is.
Those are the two people we haven't seen, besides over the internet. All I'm saying is, if she's still trying to keep Wes safe, then she would have to give this bogus, like, oh, well, we shot him with blanks.
I see what you're saying, and Subject 4, let us know your thoughts and theories about Wes still being alive, but I think he's super
Because
dead.
if Wes, or if
Super
Cyphus happened to be listening in on these conversations, she wouldn't want him to know that Wes actually got shot with a blank and actually survived that. And so she would have to say that he did die. And so she would have to be like planning things like these double lies here, these double lies here. Oh my gosh.
It's not a bad theory.
So I buried Wes and stashed clues and evidence everywhere I possibly could so that you could find it and destroy it.
Why do we keep skipping over that? She's planting evidence that she knows that we will
That's
find.
a good point. Why wouldn't
Like,
you
I
just
get-
have told us?
I get the fact that like she's like followed us our whole lives. She's possibly manipulated where we've gone in our lives, which is really something I don't like thinking about.
I can't process that.
And that way she knew like our underlying decisions through life. She would prepare herself with that foreknowledge, if that's how you say it, and the ability to predict where we might like go and find these like hiding places. Like how?
What I took that as was her talking about like hiding the box of keys in the wall and hiding the stuff that led us here. Because when she was working at Syntec, she was hiding all of this stuff in the building.
It also
Yeah.
seems like time sensitive, what we're dealing with, right? Like all of what we've dealt with is time sensitive in the sense of like, it's almost like the timing was perfect. That's what I'm freaking out about.
That's true.
Again, I don't know how she knows that timing is perfect. Just friendly reminder, she also predicted my birth. So I don't know how that timing was perfect. It doesn't make any sense.
How much do you know of Nelson's plan?
Yeah. Solid.
Nothing, huh?
See, this is what concerns me. I think that she's working with Nelson.
You think she's working with Nelson?
Why would she be protecting him?
Or is she protecting us? And I'm not saying I feel that way now. I'm just saying, like, that's the mindset at the time.
But she's not protecting us from anything else. Wouldn't it be like a mastermind plan to act like she's on the other side of Nelson Cyphus and like she's protecting us from him when in reality she's working with him and getting us to also work with him
by making us believe that we're taking him down.
Yes.
It's already a complex plan to stop, so why would it be like even more so complex to get us just to work with Nelson? Why not just fabricate that from the start?
Why didn't Nelson just reach out to us basically the way that Deb has? And like we would have done anything.
Think of it this way too. We're quite literally advertising Syntec and everything that Syntec has ever done to the world, and the world didn't know about really any of this before we started making these videos. So like this is quite literally Syntec propaganda that we're making.
I see that, but it's not
bad.
good propaganda.
Yeah, it's bad.
We're exposing all the evil things that they did.
Which is exactly what Deb wants.
I can't trust you. I never could. It's costing us too much.
I'm released to get concerns now.
It's just so
What
ominous.
does
Yeah, thanks.
that mean?
I don't envy you for when you learn the truth.
That's
Yes.
scary. What is she
You
talking
can't-
about?
We have no clue, and hopefully we'll never know.
I'm not lying. I'm sure you're already suspicious about Benjamin. Look at his behavior. He's being controlled by Nelson. He is the key to this. If you can find the spire and shut it down,
What's
you
the
can help more, just like him.
Save who? Ben
This is sad.
locked up.
The music
I
gets
know.
me. The strings.
Nelson is practically a ghost story. All I have to do to get rid of you is turn you off.
Don't do it.
That was kind of mean.
Yeah.
Goodbye,
Yeah.
Deb. Project 863 is dead.
Now I will say Matt kind of came to this conclusion with
Us?
us, but
You like our faces when he walked over, we were like,
you know, I really do trust Matt in a lot of ways, but this was a moment where I didn't know what was gonna happen.
I think Matt sometimes forgets we're Project 863 as well, you know?
yeah.
Honestly, I don't think he does. I think he keeps that in mind, and like that's why he wants this to be over. So it doesn't just affect him, it because it does affect all of us.
I mean, I do think that this was his way of like severing the connection from the project so that we aren't in danger anymore. However,
It could be just turned off though.
Yeah, well, let's enjoy the theatrics of it. Okay. It's over. we
we're just standing there.
well, we just didn't know what to do.
It's like I said, Project 863 is dead.
So guys,
I think the problem that we didn't really think about, I mean, I know that this was before this was really considered Project 863, like our involvement, but we were in danger before we were even in contact with Deb. The Phantom was coming to the studio before we even knew who Deb was.
Yep.
So now the problem is that the danger is still there, but this time we don't have the insight of the person who's like the most involved that we know.
but did we ever really have true insight? We're done being her Project 863. I don't know what the future looks like for us. Obviously, it's not like we're all quitting and gonna stop being here.
I mean, as of right now, we just are going back to our jobs. This is, I mean, what we are
our
originally
jobs
here for. Yeah, exactly.
Well, we are YouTubers. We work at a production studio. You know, we're still gonna continue to make content, and you know, we'll just see what happens with the future of Project 863. But honestly, we don't really know. So much of this project has just happened to us. I agree with what you're saying, Bailey. You know, we can choose to not be active players anymore. We can not wear our rings anymore. We do still have merch, so check out the link in the description down below. So, you know, That's why we're not doing it anymore. There are so many lies. I also just think we need to, figure out what we are really doing.
I mean, at the end of the day, do we want to be involved in something that we don't even know from which side we're involved in? Like, what if this whole time we have been working for the bad side of Syntec? Yeah. We're like committing crimes and stuff we're not even aware of.
Well, and we don't want, like, we can take responsibility for, like, our team here, but, like, we don't want Subject 4 to get into anything that they're not supposed to.
Yeah, this is so much bigger.
Fine, I'll agree with Deb on that. This is actually bigger than us. So, that was today's video. We will see you guys again. Do not fret. Don't stress. This doesn't mean we're just gonna disappear. We'll see you guys again very soon. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to check out all of those links that are down in the description, and we will see you guys soon.
If for some reason you missed the main episode, click here. If you'd like to see some of the behind the scenes, check out Behind 863 here. You're not going to want to miss this one.